Imagine meeting someone after seeing their image online, and online they looked insipid, lacking confidence. They turn up and they're an absolute powerhouse. It would be just a little confusing. And then imagine being that powerhouse woman and turning up and finding that people don't take you in the way that you are. That could be disempowering and annoying at least. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to align your online image with who you are, so that you can you can turn up as that authentic self. You can show the value that you're offering. People can receive you for who you are and understand something about you through your clothes. I'm going to give you just one thing to pay attention to that underlies all of this, so you can be successful online. I use these insights to shape my own style, and I bring them to the clients I work with who find that addressing this aspect of authenticity and the integrity in their style totally changes the game for them. It makes it fun. It means that they can step into clothes that they know they feel amazing in, and they essentially are connecting they're finding their own style, and they're finding style they can enjoy. So to me, this is really the most important aspect of personal style. People think that having amazing style is about turning up in what you should wear, but in fact, it's actually thinking in completely the opposite way that helps you build trust, empathy, and connection with the people you serve. And I'll show you what I mean by that. But when you turn up and who you are matches the impression that people form of you, then there's an open door in that relationship. There's no friction. There's no confusion. You can just get on and do what you want to do together. So let me show you how this plays out so you can see what I mean, and then I'll show you what you need to pay attention to. I'm going to put on the screen a selection of women who all look sharp and smart to some degree. So some people will say that's all you need, you just need to look sharp and smart. I literally saw a comment about that recently, where people were saying, kind of not really understanding the concept of style, personality, or synergy with your style. They were just kind of saying, look respectable and you'll be covered. But what you can see from these outfits is that what these women are wearing are saying very, very different things, from everything from I'm competent to I'm approachable, from I'm creative to I'm a force to be reckoned with. So let's just choose one woman, not to critique her at all, because I really believe fierce fashion is about being friendly to ourselves and to others. But imagine what kind of a role she has in her career. In how you've pictured her, does she seem like someone who takes her job seriously? She makes it her mission to deliver. Or is she more relaxed at work? Perhaps she goes with the flow. Now let's look at a couple more. What can we tell about this next lady? Does she seem really agreeable or more driven and ambitious? And then what about this lady? When you imagine her at work, is she extroverted or introverted? Okay, so now consider, what are we looking at to make these assessments? And you might not be sure. Is it the color of her outfit? Is it the fact that she's wearing pattern? Is it that she accessorized, or is it the overall tone of her look? But you know that she has created an impression that says something about who she is, her personality, her traits, and the value that she can bring. And that is the power of her personal brand. So I don't think I'm going out on a limb by saying that who we are, elements of our fashion who we are and our psychological traits align with our fashion. And when we make those choices, we can show up authentically. To give you a little bit more of an idea of this, and I'm going to go into a lot more depth in a moment. If you're extroverted, then your best styles will be very different from someone who's introverted. Likewise, if you're open-minded and open to experience, or the opposite of that, that will have an impact on your style. And in fact, there are 4 traits like this which have a meaningful, significant difference to people's style preferences. So consider that your style synergy, or what you might have heard called your style personality, is when we align our style with our personality. But a lot of people don't make the connection between the two. And I just think online, it's such a missed opportunity if you don't do that, because it leads to that friction. And instead, why not build relationships that have trust, empathy, confidence, because who you are turns up to be the person, same as the impression that you created online. I also love this quote from Stella McCartney: if you're honest and true to yourself, then you have the best sense of personal style. It's being honest and true to ourselves. And honestly, that is huge for confidence. It's not only that we look great, that we're aligned and that others understand us best. It's also, I've found, these are the outfits that people feel most confident in. They can step into and really enjoy and just feel like, okay, that's me. Now I'm being myself. It does have a huge impact on my clients, and in my day every day. It has a huge impact in reducing friction for me to be able to wear clothes that are authentic and aligned with who I am. So the one thing to pay attention to be authentic online in our style is not what should I be wearing to create an impression, but does this really feel like me? So let's have a look at those 4 main psychological traits that make a difference to our choice of style. And I use the very widely researched Ocean model of personality traits. It's also called the Big 5 model. And those are the 4 ways that people are different, the 4 distinct ways that people differ. There's a huge amount of thinking around it. Lots of research been done over decades. And for me, what my thinking in terms of developing the style synergy types is based on around 7 years at this point of styling women and hundreds of women who I've been able to observe those connections between their personality and their preferences and what they wear best and what looks amazing on them. So I'll give you some pointers on how you can find these connections with your personality. But the quickest way to do it is actually to take the 5-minute, it's even less than that, Style Synergy Types quiz, and there is a link in the description to how you can do that. So you'll get a result that looks like this. Here's one, or like this, for example, and there are 12 types. The 3 key dimensions that you can see there give you the main ways that your style is distinct amongst the 12 types. So these are the dimensions of style that you carry best and that you feel most confident wearing, that will be key to you being authentic in your style. And aligning with those dimensions means people stop mistaking you for someone else and you can be understood at a glance. You're no longer dressing according to what someone else thinks looks best. For example, someone else loves tailored jackets and they say, oh, we really need jackets. There should be more jackets around. People should be wearing jackets. Of course you need to wear a jacket to work. But you love long flowing cardigans. And so you might feel like you're missing something, that perhaps you should be wearing jackets. And that should is a red flag that it's another voice rather than your own that's speaking. And that's not to say that we don't want to be aware of the organizational values and the way that we're turning up. But there's a balance between the two. And if we just dress according to the organizational values and the values of the people that we're trying to serve without a connection and an awareness of our own style synergy, those are the days where you can be more tired, less confident, and lacking energy. So which style synergy type are you? I would love to hear in the comments, and you've got that chance to find out with the quiz link. But if you want to understand in more depth how the style synergy types connect with various aspects of personality, I'm going to give you a few headlines so you can get the flavor for it. So if you're very high in openness, then you're someone with a lot of imagination, intellect, and an interest in variety. And that means that you can go to town with variety in all aspects of your style. Nothing is off the table for you, except of course, what doesn't align with your colors and your body shape. And so I'm going to give you a few top line features like that for the other traits as well. And if you want to know more about these traits, then let me know, because it's probably worth its own video. I'm not sure how deep people want to go with this, but I'm happy to do that. So if you're very high in conscientiousness, then you're self-controlled, you're resourceful, and you're thorough. And those aspects really align beautifully with a minimalist, monochrome approach to your style. You'll wear structured, tailored pieces really well, and you'll opt for clean lines. And that's when you feel most comfortable. I'd love to know if that sounds like you and whether you relate or to the other traits that I'm going to mention. If you're high in agreeableness, then your style is very aware of the context that you work in. And you're someone who's humble, moderate, and tactful. And that will lead you to want very strongly to align with the values of your workplace in your look. And so for you, you don't want to stand out in the workplace, and you don't want your clothes to be distracting or polarizing. Then if you're high in extroversion, then your style is actually striking and bold and creates this beautiful platform for you to express your vibrant presence. You might use contrast, texture, and trends to create points of interest that will say something about you. So which of those types sound like you, and how do they play out in your fashion? I'd love to hear in the comments. And there are some ideas essentially. You might recognize yourself in some of the traits, and you may have some idea now of how you are unique and you can bring your unique magic to the world, including through being authentic in how you style yourself. Turning up as the authentic you is not only the key to gorgeous style in the eyes of designers, but it's a powerful tool in work and life for expressing yourself in the world and achieving what you want to achieve. And if you want to be successful online with your online image, I've created a 10-point online success checklist. So you can go through and see how it's working for you and whether you're really well positioned to be successful with your online image. The next video I will share will be about how you can be taken seriously as an online professional so that the impression you give attracts people to want to work with you. See you there.